Okay, so this is week 11, Wednesday, semester 2, quarter 4 on geometry. And tonight we have an assignment called, what do you call it when 50 people stands on a wooden dock? So question number 1, it says, if the sum of the measurement of two angles is 180 degrees, the angles are, what is that called if it's add up to 180 degrees? Supplementary. It's also called linear pair, supplementary angles, and it's also a straight angle. Okay, but this part right here will be the correct answer, supplementary angle. So make sure you write that down. Okay. If the sum of the measurement two angles 90, the angles are what? Yeah. Complementary. So the way I remember is supplementary. I think about S and I go for straight. Okay, that's the way I remember. Straight is like this, right? Which means this angle is 180 degrees. Okay. When two angles in a plane share a vertex and a side with no common interior point, they're called blank angle. For example, this is important. AOB, so there's AOB, so it's this angle right here, right? And AOD, so AOD, this angle right here. So when two angles share a plane, shares a vertex. That vertex they share, the vertex where they're sharing, share a vertex. That vertex is this piece right there. Do you see how they both share that point between the two angles, the purple and the red angle? And a side, okay, and they also share a side. So which side are they talking about? This side right here. They share that side. Do you see that? But no common interior points. What I mean by that is if I put a point right here inside this purple angle, that blue point is not in, it's not in this right angle. Do you see that? They don't share any points. Do you see that? Okay. Though, what are those angles called? You know what? You can actually call that, yep, adjacent, because I was thinking supplementary, but if there's no 180 degrees, if it doesn't say 180 degrees, you're actually right. It is adjacent. All right. When two lines intersect, they form two pairs of opposite angles called blank angles. AOB and COD. So these are called vertical angles. So you're getting better at this, honey. That's good. You got to use your resources. And I just want you to know. All right, let's go on to number 5. Use the given angle measure to find the required ones. Angle EGH. So let's take a look at this. So angle EGH is this angle right here because it's EGH, right? And you want to use your pen so to notate that. Do you see how they create this straight line? So what is your strategy to find this angle right here? Whenever they create a straight line, it's 180 degrees, right? 180 degrees, maybe minus this angle, which is 135. That will give you this angle right here. Do you see that? Okay, so you're going to do that one on your own, okay? So number 6, we want to find x, w, y. So here's x, w, y, this angle right here, right? Some of the keys that I see, what is a hint that they give you? What are some of the hints? Yep, 29 degrees, but also more importantly, what do you see here on the left side? It's a right angle. And then also if the left side is a right angle, you know that these two angles here on the right side, these two angles are also 90 degrees right angle. Do you see that? So in order for you to find this angle right here, you will take 90 minus the 29, and that will give you that angle, okay? So for this one, your angle is going to give you, well, 45. This angle right here will go ahead and give you 61, okay? All right, number 7, DAC. DAC. And make sure you do that so that way you know which angle you're looking at, okay, with your pencil. That's a strategy. Do you see that? All right, so what is a hint that you automatically see? What just pops at you? Yep, and what else? 90 degrees. So this angle is 90 degrees. You know that these two angles are complementary. They also add up to 90 degrees. Do you see that? And if they add up to 90 degrees, that means to get this angle right here, you'll take 90, and what would you subtract? 57, which is going to give you 33 degrees, okay? All right, let's take a look at the next one. It is MON. So here's MON. We want to figure out what this angle is, right? What kind of hint did they give you here?
72 degrees, and also
this angle is 72 degrees. What else? Yeah, it's a straight angle, right? Straight. So that's going to be a straight angle. To find this angle, you'll take 180 minus the other angle, which will give you that remaining angle. Do you see that? Okay. I'm just gonna write the answer here, but I want you to figure it out yourself, okay? All right, number 9, here we go. Angle STR. So here's STR. Okay, so we're gonna figure out this angle. Now, what hints does this give you?
it gives me the hints. It's an adjacent.
Well, hold on. What number did they give you? Did they give you any other angles? They give you what? 98. So take a look at those two angles. What kind of angles are they? The angles opposite of each other, right? Do you see the X right here? Whenever I see an X and they're opposite, they're vertical angles, which means they're equal. So this angle is equal to that angle, not adjacent. Adjacent means like this. These two angles, they might not be equal, but they're adjacent because they share this line, right? They share that side. They don't share a side here. Do you see that? Okay. All right, number 10, it's asking you for PTS. So here is PTS. So it's asking you for this angle right here with a question mark. Do you see that? Okay. For this angle, first thing you should notice is that they do create a straight line. Do you see the straight line? So to find this angle, I'm going to do 180 minus, well, 98, right? Which is 92 degrees. No, 82 degrees. Okay. All right, number 11, J and K. So J N K. What are some of the hints they're giving you? What else? Well, yeah, it is also 180. You can say that this is 180. You can say, okay, this entire thing is 180. So for me to find this angle here, I'm going to take 180 minus 90 minus 38. Do you see that? Or if this angle is 90, then you know that this angle, these two angles here are also 90. So I can just do 90 minus 38. Do you see that? Which are going to give you 52. Does that make sense?
Is there also an adjacent or wait?
Which angle is adjacent? There are adjacent angles. Like, take a look here. Do you see how those two share that line right there? This angle and this angle, these two angles are adjacent. You can also say that because they share this, these two angles are adjacent. Do you see that? And you can also, I mean, you can keep going. You can also say that these two angles are adjacent because they share that side. Okay. All right, next one. They're all sharing the vertex in. Do you see how this angle here? Adjacent is if they share a side together with another angle. They have to share a side together.
Yeah, but like how close does it have to be?
They have to share it, as in like, Okay, take a look. These two are adjacent. Do you see that? Because they share this blue side. This angle and this angle, they're not adjacent because they don't share a side. Do you see these two angles are not adjacent?
Then why didn't number 5 count?
What do you mean?
The last question that we did,
Number 5? This is number 5.
or number 9.
Okay?
Why wasn't that adjacent?
It's not adjacent because they're opposite angle. You're talking about this angle here and this angle here. They're opposite angles. They're vertical angles because they form the X. Okay. What about the side? They don't share anything. These two are not adjacent. They're not adjacent because they don't share a side. Now, these two angles, do you see these two angles right here? They share this green side right here. These two angles are adjacent. You could say these two angles are adjacent because they share the side right here. Do you see that? These two angles are adjacent because they share this side right here.
I can't tell what you're trying to tell me because
I'm trying to say this angle here, this angle right here, that's 98 degrees. And this angle right here, they are adjacent because they share the side right here. This angle, 98, and this angle, they're not adjacent. They're opposite. They're opposite, so they're called vertical angles. Okay, I'm moving on. Let's take a look at the next one. M N L. M N L. This angle right here. Do you see where the question mark is? Okay. So for this one, a few things, okay? One, I noticed that there's a straight line right here. Do you see the straight line right there? If I could figure out what this angle is right here, then I could just do 180 minus this angle. It will give me this angle, right? But I don't know what this angle is. But do you see how these two angles are vertical angles? So if this is 38, this is also 38. So I'm just going to take 180 minus 38. You know this angle right here is already obtuse. So my answer should be bigger than 90. And indeed it is, because it gives me 142 degrees. And that's my answer. Okay. Okay, number 13. YOU. So let's take a look at YOU. So here's YOU, right? So I'm trying to figure out what this angle is. If I want to know this angle, there are several ways you can solve this. Well, actually, there's only one way right now. Do you see the straight line here? Do you see that? This angle right here is 144, right? Because they create a straight line, you'll just do 180 minus 144. This angle is also acute, so you know that it has to be smaller than 90, right? So then your answer here will be 46 degrees, which makes sense because that is acute, right? Next one is going to be Y or UOV. So here is UOV, which is this angle right here, right? Okay, so with this angle, do you see another line that you can use? I mean, what is another angle they give you that you can use to help you with this? They gave you 144, but what's another angle that they give you? They gave me 80 degrees, right? What's the angle that we just found? 46, right? Do you see how these three angles create a straight line? That's blue. Okay, so adjacent doesn't matter. Adjacent just means angles next to each other, but it doesn't help you with anything because the only thing that helps you is supplementary and complementary or vertical. Those are the three things that help you. Okay, adjacent just means angles next to each other. I can literally draw an angle like this and go, oh, these two are adjacent. But if I don't give you any like information, like, well, what angles are they? What degrees are they? They can't help me solve anything. So just remember the three that will always help you is vertical. Vertical angles are angles like this. They're opposite and they are congruent. They're equal to each other, okay? Supplementary, which means they create a straight line and they add up to 180. And the last one is complementary, which means they add up to 90 degrees. Those are the only three that will help you right now, okay? All right, so then looking at this is a straight line, right? Straight line. Do you see the straight line? Okay. 180 is a straight line. If I do 180 minus the 46 minus the 80, would that give you this question mark right here? Do you see that? So 180 minus 46 minus 80. Well, the easiest one to do is, what is 180 minus 80? Well, that'll give you 100, right? 100 minus 46, well, that's going to give you a 54 degrees. Okay? So just making sure that you have the answers. I'm just going to highlight the answers. 45, 61, 33, 108, because you're going to have to, like, get over here and find them, right? So I'm just going to highlight it for you so that way you can find them, okay? Do you see it? Okay. All right, number 15. Okay, for number 15, it's saying use the algebraic expression to find the measure of the angles labeled x, okay? So first thing I notice, I have 2x and x. That's what's given to me, right? Do you see the straight line right there? They are adjacent angle, but I don't care about adjacent angle. Adjacent angle doesn't help me find anything. Which one of the three are you going to use for number 15? The three that I told you about. Which one of these three suggestions I wrote are you going to use to find this? Which one are you going to use? Vertical, supplementary, complementary for number 15.
Supplementary.
Good. Add up to 180, right? So then what I'm going to do for this one, for number 15, is I'm going to do 2x plus x equals 180 degrees, right? Combine my like terms, 3x equals 180, divided by 3 on both sides, x equals 60, right? If x equals 60, this angle is just 60 degrees because it's x, right? And also, I like to say that it's acute, so I want to make sure I know it's less than 90, so it's less than a corner of a paper, right? This is 2x, so that's 2 times 60. What's 2 times 60? 120. But if I add the two together, 120 plus 60, does it give me 80? Yes, it does. Remember, 120 plus 60 equals 180. And didn't I say that this is a straight angle, so it should equal 180, right? All right, number 16. Take a look at number 16. Do you see what information they give you? Tell me what information did they give you? Yes, complementary. Whenever I see 90, I'm like, complementary, right? So if this angle right here is 90, that means these two angles added together is also 90. So I'm going to do x plus x minus 16 equals 90, right? Then combine like terms, because on the left side you have 3 terms, right? X, and 16. You only want to get down to 2, right? Before you start moving anything. So that's 2x minus 16 equals 90. What do you want to move first? Opposite of a negative is a positive. That part cancels. Bring down the 2x equals 106. When I divide it, x equals 53 degrees, right? So this angle is x, so that's 53 degrees. Do you see that? This angle right here is x minus 16, so 53 minus 16, so 50 minus 16 is 34. 34 plus 3 is 37 degrees. So those are your two angles. Do you see that? Okay. 17 and 18. For number 17, which of the three are you going to use?
Supplementary.
Good, because straight line. Supplementary is equal to what when you add them together? Good. So I'm going to do x plus 3x minus 20 equals 180. When you combine the like terms, how many x's do you have?
I would add x and 3x first.
Yep.
Combine terms.
Yep. Add the 20. Add the 20. Divided by 4. You will get 50. X equals 50, right? So this angle is equal to 50 degrees, right? This is 3 times 50. 3 times 50 is 150. 150 minus 20 is 130. If you look at it, does 50 plus 130 equals 180? Yes, it does. All right. 8. Okay, look at this one. Which one are you going to use? You only have 3, remember? Which one does this one match?
Supplementary.
You got it. Yep, supplementary. Do you see the straight line right here? Supplementary means they add up to what? 180. So I have x plus 2x plus 9 equal 180 degrees. Combine like terms. Subtract the 9 on both sides. Divide it by 3 on both sides. Whoops, what the frick happened here? Oh my gosh. X is equal to, my pen is not working. That's great. My pen's not working. That's awesome. Okay, this is stupid. Hold on. I don't know what the heck is happening here. This is really annoying. Okay, you're gonna have to just finish this one on your own. Okay, so x equals 171 divided by 3. So 3 times 5 is 15, right? So that's 5 is gonna be the first number. 17 minus 15 is 21, right? So then 3 times 7, so it's 57. X equals 57. I don't know why it's not letting me do this. This is really annoying, but x equals 57. So put 57 right here. So write it down. So just copy it down because I don't know what's happening here. So it's being stupid. Okay, if x equals 51, right? Now it's working. If x equals, was it 51? No, I think 57. So 171 divided by 3, 3 times 5 is 15. 21, yeah, 57. If x equals 57, then this part here is 57, right? This is 2 times 57. 2 times 57 plus 9. Well, 2 times 57 is going to be 114 plus 9 is 123. Those are your 2 answers. And that concludes this assignment. So I didn't give you the answer to the puzzle. You're going to have to go over this and look it up yourself, okay? But make sure you, I think it says cross out the letters above for each correct answer. So you have to cross it out. So, for example, first one that you had here, Maddie, let's be careful, please. First one you had a supplementary, so cross out supplementary, right? Then you have complementary, cross out complementary. Shh, I heard you. And then adjacent, so cross out adjacent. Vertical, cross out vertical. Then your first number was 45, so look for 45 and then cross it out. And then you just keep working on it until whatever's left, then you put whatever's left right here, okay? All right, I'm gonna stop this right now.